I said fuck Xbox, fuck all these Xbox, fuck every Xbox dead channel. Won't give a damn. It's PlayStation for life. You don't get it? Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's do this, my ponies. Let's go to war. What? Say what? Yeah. I say I double tip on The Last of Us. Woo. Yeah, I double tip on the director's cut. Woo. Double dip on every damn release. Damn right. Yeah, Jim Ryan is my motherfucking boss. The boss. Yo, and we don't care about no layoffs. Yeah, all the shine are gonna keep it on the low. Shh. We be sucking on every damn toe. Yum. Because Sony PlayStation gets the love. Yeah, so all hell Sony, we be your ponies. You can take my wife, you can take my money. I'm obsessed with the God of War. Yeah, all my ponies ready to go to war. The PlayStation high all over my head. Pentimeter PS5, 120 FPS. Blue team is the set, throw it up. I never had sex, I only care about sales. I said what I said. Woo! Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. Thug love, pony love. Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. Thug love, pony love. Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. Thug love, pony love. Yeah. I see you Xbox. I see you playing on Game Pass for free. Nah, man, we don't do that over here. We pay $70 a game. Yeah, you Xbox be broke. You so stupid, so goofy. Fuck you, Demo Flow. Fuck you. Like and subscribe. Yeah, if you wanna see me more on Demo Flow Gaming channel. Fuck this dude, I'ma pop in the shot every time. Yeah, but I'm here to show my pony love. And you with it? Say what? Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Demo Flow Gaming Show, where I share my passion for gaming and keep you informed of everything that's going on with gaming. Let's get it. Happy Friday to all of you. And you already know what to do, man. And you here catching the show live, hit the like button and subscribe. If you're new to a channel as well, if you're watching it later, do the same shit, man. I really appreciate you guys for coming through, hanging out. I hope you're having a wonderful start of the weekend. We're back at it again, talking about gaming, and I'm here with the man with the plan, Power Boss in the building. What's going on, Power? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let's kick it.
Let's kick it, man, because we have a bunch of news to cover today and a bunch of stuff to talk about. It's been a crazy week. We were speaking behind the scenes and we're catching up sort of like, with everything that's going on. And he's like, the first thing we said was like, we didn't expect this to happen, or Xbox to be moving this way so quickly, right? After Asha took over. So one thing we want to get out the way, dog, is, man, she's been putting in work. She came here hungry and she's trying to do right by the Xbox fans. That's first and foremost, so that's good. And yeah, shout out to Cha. I see you guys here. I see Michelle and Duro. Dímelo, papi. Dímelo, Micha. What's good, papi? Ya tu sabes. Hey, crazy shit, man. You already know. We got Riot Gaming. He renewed his membership. Shout out to him. 18 people here watching, bro. Awesome shit. Where you watching on Kick or Twitch, man? Let me down there where you watching, bro. Really appreciate you. The show is also available on those platforms, man. Riot Gaming here saying already, man, like and share. We about to get into some really good conversations about where Xbox is heading, where they at right now, and what the future of gaming might be in general. So yeah, Power Buzz, the elephant in the room, right? It was I think the most important news this week, and it's
yesterday.
Yesterday, Xbox came out with a letter, right? I mean,
It was Asha and Matt Booty. Both of them wrote this and sent it to all the employees. And via Xbox Wire, I was able to see everything. So we're gonna go ahead and break it down here for you without getting into all the details, tiny details. But we're gonna get into the most important part, like the main idea of the letter and what it means to Xbox fans and gamers in general. Because I think the gamers in general had certain expectations from Xbox, but maybe these expectations are not gonna be met anymore. Like, for example, Xbox was putting certain games on PlayStation. They were all out for the multi-platform approach, but now it feels like Asha wants to do things her way, and she's not with all the kumbaya that Phil Spencer used to have with trying to be good and shit. I'm telling you, bro, women, they fierce. So she's trying to like do damage. She came over here to fuck shit up, and I'm still skeptical about the direction that she's going or taking the company. But one thing is for sure, and I think this is very important and something that people have, probably never mentioned before. And I think she has the trust of Sadia Nadella and all the high, you know, executives. So I think Sadia trusts her because of her, you know, background, increasing monthly active users, and her general knowledge, about how things work, not necessarily gaming, but business. And she's been very successful at what she does, which is like gather new subscribers, new people utilizing the product, new monthly active users. So she might know something that we don't know. Obviously, I'm a gamer. I'm all about the games. I don't give a fuck about the business side of things. But today we got to talk about it because these changes mean a lot. Like I said, to every gamer, not only Xbox guys. So let's get into it, man. This was said yesterday on Xbox Wire, and hold on, let me go ahead and find it real quick because I didn't have it ready. That's one thing, but here it is. I'm gonna go. No, no, no. This is the Birch article. I'm gonna go straight to what they wrote, not to what Tom Warren and all the other people came out with, because those were opinions. We're gonna look at the facts and shit she said instead, which is like what I'm gonna go for. And here we're gonna create our own opinion on what the fuck is going on with Xbox. But let me go ahead and find it first, bro. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure that I have
Yeah,
it.
directly on Xbox Wire.
Yeah, directly on Xbox Wire. That's what I want to do because a lot of people will go ahead and pull out the Verge article. And yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm going straight to the executives because this is another thing that she's doing and I like it. She is killing all the fucking rumors. Not only her, but Jason Ronald. We seen him clap back on Nib, Chat GPT, the other day on Twitter, making him like take his biggest L ever, for talking so much shit and creating false rumors that I don't even know where they got him from. But that's the one thing they're doing. They killing the insider. They killing the information that might be leaked and be like, okay, no, this is not what's happening. This is the reality, and I'm telling you right now, this is the way that we're doing things. And I love that shit because a lot of people love to leak information, but a lot of these leakers are fanboys, and they will leak the information to their convenience, and they also will leak the information to create engagement and to create buzz online, which is their purpose at the end of the day, because they want to be influencers, because they want to be popular, because they want to get paid and they like to get clicks. Whatever the reason is, we already know that the rumors always go, Xbox is gonna fuck up, PlayStation is gonna be the best. Am I wrong, Power Boss? That's how it always goes. And
That's what they always try anyway.
yeah, they try to make it seem that way. But anyways, let's get into the thing here because can you see it on the screen?
No, you're not sharing it yet.
I'm not sharing it yet. Okay, thank you for letting me know because I'm a little lost this morning. Went to the gym and whatnot, but we are gonna share not this
Yeah, there it's go.
one, this one. There we go. So Xbox Wire, she mentioned that we are Xbox basically, and she started off by saying Xbox has always been different. We started with a simple idea: games should bring people together through shared experiences that led to the first Xbox in 2001. From the beginning, Xbox was built by people willing to try things that others wouldn't. We placed a consumer bet inside an enterprise company because we believe gaming would define the living room and we were at risk of missing it. That spirit has carried us through the last 25 years and it is required to carry us forward. So she started off by saying we have work to do. This is very important because she acknowledged, right, that things are not right at Xbox, or at least not where they should be. Look, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond had their plan, right? She I mean, this plan obviously didn't work to make Xbox the best place to play or whatever, because at the end of the day, they wanted to get the mind share, and create this buzz about Xbox that only lasted for a little bit because after a little bit they wanted to start putting their games everywhere, and all of that sort of killed the good favor and momentum that Xbox had, right? We remember like when the whole Redfall shit happened, how they got back up on their feet and they started producing better games. But then after that, they wanted to put them in different platforms, and that's what everybody got mad. I didn't, because I want to say this right here. I personally don't care for exclusives, and I put this on Twitter, and a lot of people really like to say, "Cook, all the Xbox guys that said that didn't care about exclusivities or whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want." I'm gonna stand in what I believe as a gamer, okay? And I have friends who play on the PlayStations. Sometimes we want to get together. I don't have the game available to me, or they don't have the game available to me. So how is that shit helping me or them to better our experience as a gamer? That's just an example. But that's not what I believe in. I believe that all that shit is to sell consoles, to do all of that. But as a gamer, it doesn't benefit me in any fucking way. If I'm able to play a game and my brother from the PlayStation Nation is not able to access it, it does not make me happy. Now, I'm talking about the PlayStation fan that is playing his game, that is doing his thing, that he's not fucking around with anybody on Twitter and shit. But people that we know we were talking about, the ponies, I love this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the exclusives, but I do like the pony tiers. So I'm gonna fucking celebrate this shit too. Okay. So at the same time, a new generation of players is coming online with different expectations. Their time split across games, media, and everything else. Basically, she's talking about how she's media is competing with media, whether it be movies, whether it be TikTok, whether it be just like outside activities and family. Like everybody's competing for your time, and that's why it's so important for them to, what I mean, to deliver. Okay, so the next point is Xbox will be where the world plays. Okay, so they want Xbox to be the biggest platform. They want to push, the PC as well. Like according to her, they wanted a stronger presence on PC. I don't know how they going to start doing that because they already have a good presence on PC, but they do want to inquire in different markets, like in Asia and also in the mobile and cloud. Okay, so this is another point that I like. Xbox will be built to be affordable, personal, and open. Do you understand where this is coming from? They speaking to you, and I know this is all PR, might be bullshit for all we know, but this is their idea of what they want from Xbox. And I can be opposed to this because that's one of the things that I like. I like affordability in my gaming, and also like the accessibility aspect that Xbox offers, and I don't think that many other ecosystems do the same. I mean, Xbox Play Anywhere is like one of the perfect examples when it comes to this, and it's like something that I love, especially now that my Xbox is broken and I've been relying solely on my PC to for playing until
No,
I
I'm
get my
exactly the
Xbox
opposite.
fixed. And
And I'm exactly the opposite right now. My Xbox
right,
works fine, and my PC is being repaired, and I can pick that up whenever I can pay the money for it when I get paid next.
yeah, but Xbox kept your gaming connected via their ecosystem. Now imagine if you had to buy the games that you already owned on PC or Xbox, what you have to buy them again, and now you don't have to, or you using Game Pass, which connects you either way, and you
And
still
sharing save
connected.
files back and forth between them both as well.
Exactly, which means that you can pick up where you left off with your games. It's super convenient. You don't know about this unless you using the features, but this is like one of the things that I love about Xbox. Okay, so that's another point. So another point they made was about hardware. They want to stabilize Gen 9 as a healthy and high quality base. They want to deliver Project Helix to lead in performance and play your console and PC games. So this is not a more slow rumor, none of that bullshit. This is coming straight from the dragon's mouth. So I need all you ponies to sit the fuck down and listen, because she is the one telling you we're gonna be playing PC games. That means Steam, Epic, all of that shit. PC games. You understand what I'm talking about? Okay, let's move on. They want a leading, comfortable, personal, and high performance accessories and build a strong ecosystem that expands choice and reach. So good. They want to extend their portfolio, evolve their third party partnerships, expand into China, like I was saying, in the other side of the world, and emerging markets and mobile first audiences. They want to maintain and grow in live games and long term stewardship, elevate creator centric platforms like Minecraft, The Elder Scrolls, and Sea of Thieves. They want to
And
fix.
that does not mean Elder Scrolls 6. That's specifically referring to Elder Scrolls Online, just
Yeah,
to be clear on context with that.
yeah, that's right. Because a lot of people are gonna. They already started saying that Elder Scrolls 6 won't come day one on Game Pass. We'll get to that later. To all the Sony
Or on
PlayStation
PlayStation
fanboys
for that
salty.
matter.
Yeah. That's crazy. So if they want to fix the fundamentals for players and partners. That means your Xbox experience, and they're already doing that. I mean, she's not talking shit here. They already improved. They working on improving, the achievement system. They already added a lot of, a couple of features that were needed in Xbox in the console
2 new
in
Game Pass
specific.
tiers.
Yeah, they done the same the thing with Game Pass. This is one of our topics today we're going to be talking about, but they want to make Xbox the best place for developers and creators to build and grow. And this is their, I think this is like their main idea, because they are attacking these third party developers that refuse to develop for Xbox because they don't want to take the extra time, right?
Well, if you remember, Demo, one of the problems that everybody was saying from the PlayStation side is that when you're making a game multi-platform, what are you doing? You're making a separate ecosystem for the
Yep.
PlayStation, you're making one for the Xbox, and you're making one for PC. And if it happens to also go to the Switch, then that's another platform that you have to make for. And that's not including mobile and anything else, tablets and things like that. So what this is doing, it is simplifying it where you create the PC version and it just works everywhere, all the same.
Exactly. And that
And
makes it,
developing the game once.
that doesn't make it easier only for third party developers, but for themselves as well. They only have to, optimize for PC, and it's automatically good on Xbox as well. And, the rest of the platforms become like like the extra, and Xbox becomes like the main thing to develop for. So this is a good move in my opinion. I think it's gonna work, and I believe they have the technology. So they want to fortify Game Pass with clear differentiation and sustainable economics. This means that they, in what I've been hearing, is that Game Pass is gonna be sort of like a buffet that you can pick and choose the things that you want to include in your Game Pass. And I think this is the best approach. We've been talking about this, right, Power Boss? Like throughout months, about how we would
Yeah,
like
ever
to
since
pick and
they came
choose
out with the update when it went up to
Fortnite.
$30, adding
Yep.
in Fortnite and the Ubisoft classics, we always said, and I specifically have been saying that they need to just make it one $10 tier, that's Game Pass Core, and have sliders to say, okay, do you want day one games? Do you want PC compatibility? And things like that, and have small little incremental add-ons. So maybe you're not going to even pay the $23, but you'll be getting, everything that you want out of the Game Pass curated to what you select, and that's what you pay for. And if you decide that you don't want something, or you want to reduce your price, you want to raise your price, you can do that.
Yeah.
Because like me, I don't use Fortnite. I don't care about Ubisoft Classics because most of those games that I play from Ubisoft, I already own. So
Exactly.
those two things do absolutely nothing for me, and they're raising my price for Game Pass because of that. So if they were to do something like this, that would be an entire step forward. That would be so much better than anything that they're doing right now. Now, are they going to do that? Probably not. Maybe not for a while, if they do at all. But it does make for a good plan that, hey, they're at least looking at something like this, making
Yeah.
something sustainable and differentiating between what they're doing now to what the competitors are doing to what they plan on doing in the future. We've already heard that one of the things is they're potentially going to be removing the online pay requirement, and I think that's with the ad-supported tier, which is going to be no ads on the higher tiers, and it's going to
Yeah.
be free, no online paywall.
Yeah. We'll see about all that, but they do want to return the business to durable growth with a strong cost discipline. That just means that they just want to, like, be mindful about the budgets and shit like that, which they should be. And they want to make cloud play feel native, fast, and reliable across TVs and low cost devices, because they reiterating here that cloud's still in their plans and they still want to push it. Listen, when I read this shit yesterday, I was at work. I had a small break, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I play Cyberpunk on my Bebo book, right? From the cloud. It wasn't the best experience, but let me tell you something. I tried Fortnite. I was like, let me go ahead and download Fortnite. And not download, but play it from the cloud. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, it was pretty smooth. I play on the mouse and keyboard and everything, and it was pretty decent for a cloud. And I was playing online, Save the World, for about 15 minutes, and it went good. So I'm pretty sure they're still working. There's some games that are obviously use way more resources than other. But Fortnite ran pretty good in the cloud, man. I'm not gonna lie. So if they keep pushing for that and they keep on making it better, cloud could be a viable option later on, maybe 10 years down the line. Not ready
And
yet.
let's not forget, they also have to get it compatible with places that don't have cloud services, like Joey and Louie,
Exactly,
that
like
live
different
in
countries.
places
Yeah.
where it's not offered. Now, I think
hmm
that last bullet point is something that a lot of people are over skipping what it means. If you scroll back up,
Which one?
right there, the last one on services. Do you know what M&A is?
M&A? I know what Eminem is, but I don't know what M&A. What the fuck
Mergers
is
and
it?
acquisitions.
Oh, so this is like acquisitions? So they're planning on making more acquisitions, right, Powerballs? You there? You left? Well, looks like they're trying to. Powerballs will be back to call with this point later, but it looks like for what he said that we're gonna have more acquisition to accelerate growth where organic paths are too slow. Um, that's interesting. Along the way, we will reevaluate our approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI, and share more as we learn and decide. So they will reevaluate their approach to exclusivity. You know what that means, man? You know what that means? And I'm pretty sure like a lot of people already are speculating and talking about how Xbox would never go back to exclusivity and shit like that. But man, I'm gonna tell you this: the way that Asha is moving and the way that she is changing shit up, shit can happen, man. The Xbox could definitely go back to exclusivity. I say here, I think it was like last show that if they were to go back to exclusivity, it'll probably be for next generation. Uh, it looks like they're already forsaken this generation when it comes to their hardware, and but I think that there's a chance that there might be some sort of exclusivity. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like like a permanent exclusivity in some games, or I don't know if they're gonna take a case by case basis, but I think they are going to go back to exclusivity in some way. Now, I don't want people to overreact to this and be like, "Oh, exclusives are back." Xbox is pulling out Forza Horizon 6 from PlayStation and Fable. Listen, what's already been done is done. That shit is already being worked for PlayStation. As a result, this thing is coming out. These games are coming out on PlayStation already. If they were to start exclusivity, will be on the next batch of games that probably haven't been worked for PlayStation ports or whatever. But for now, I believe that Forza Horizon and Fable will release on the PlayStation. Halo is also set to release on the PlayStation, the remake of the original campaign. But there is a chance that Gears E Day is not going to be in a PlayStation, and then the games that come after might have some sort of time exclusivity depending on what the game is. Now, when we speak about Forza, guys, you got to understand Forza became bigger than we thought. Forza now is a force to be reckoned with. No pun intended. Is insane how popular that franchise has gotten. Power Boss is back. What's going on, Power Boss? Your internet. I know you're having issues.
Yes, so yeah.
So
Did you hear what M&A was?
yeah, M&A. Go back.
Mergers and acquisitions. They're looking to buy more. They're wanting something to be very, very impactful, more than something of ABK caliber, which is literally the biggest acquisition that they could have absolutely done. So,
Right.
what are they looking to still merge and acquisition for?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if you read between the lines, they want to use acquisitions to accelerate growth where organic paths are too slow. So let's say they are lacking in maybe like a story oriented games, and they're gonna look at developers that make these type of games and do it. They are maybe lacking in, maybe a way to a mobile store or something. They could go ahead and acquire a mobile store and so on and so forth. It goes from studios to publishers. Anything can happen. It could be even be hardware. They could acquire something like, I don't know. I'm not saying Aces, but maybe I don't know, something like MSI or something. Like maybe even something on a lower tier. Like what is the name of this other uh company that does peripherals for PC and everything in general? Bro,
Oh, there's tons.
yeah. But whatever, any of them. Not saying one of the big ones like Logitech or something, but they could acquire that type of thing too, to make the ecosystem come together. But now going back to what we were talking about and the moves that Acha is making, this is a very important one. Not only because she spoke about reevaluating exclusivity, but also because she reiterated as well that we are Xbox. Fuck the Microsoft shit. We are Xbox, and we want Xbox to be Xbox and not Microsoft. And I think this is very important. Even though Microsoft, they know what to do, whatever. It's like a name that is somewhat tainted, right? And it makes it seem like Xbox is not the familiar option. It's like, trying to take your money type shit because of Microsoft is in the name. So I'm happy that they're back to going to being Xbox and sort of like highlighting the OG things that made Xbox what it was, when it first started. So I'm happy that they're going back to basics, man. Go ahead, revisit and revise your strategy and see how can you make Xbox as appealing as it was back in the Xbox 360 days. Go back there and see what the fuck was up back then and why we were the shit and now we are not the shit anymore, right? So
I'm
I believe
absolutely looking forward to seeing what she has planned. June 6th, when they're
yeah.
doing the Gears E Day, when it should have been the E3, which is no longer around, sadly, and then the 25th anniversary coming around this November.
Yeah. So she said to achieve our master plan, the way we work must transform. Okay. So she's saying when something ain't right, we got to change, right? We cannot keep trying to do the same thing and expecting a different result. Our best work happens when the full stack moves together. So, speaking here about teamwork, about everybody cooperating. Matt Booty had an interview last week, and he mentioned this about Xbox studios are so well connected and how they share their technology and help each other out. Like we have the example now, the Blizzard is working with playground games in the Fable cinematics, which it sounds incredible because we know Blizzard, they're the go-to cinematics. We've seen Diablo how fucking crazy they go, and now that they're helping out Fable, it only makes us more excited, right? So we are going back to where
And
we
let's not
started.
forget Coalition or UE5 masters, and they're going around helping everybody else with using UE5.
Exactly. And one thing that my buddy says is like it's not just people going and helping out, like joining teams for a little bit to help them out. It's not only about that, it's about sharing technology that they already have. Like I'm pretty sure the coalition has a bunch of presets for the Unreal Engine that they go around and share with people and help them be like, hey, listen, here's an add-on or here's a tool that you can use to, to change and your, to tweak your game the way you want it. Okay, so that's very
Somewhere to
important.
start with a baseline, yeah.
Yeah. So we are going back to where we started and changing our team's name. We are Xbox. This is very important. I'm pretty sure Xbox guys are happy as fuck about this. I'm happy as fuck about this too because, believe it or not, I love Xbox. A lot of people, they fucking call me a PC head and all that shit, but like I'm usually connected with Xbox as well. Even though I play on Steam, even though I play on Epic or whatever, I still, got Game Pass. I still play the first party games when they come and release. I'm literally playing Xbox from my PC now that I don't have the console available because it's broken. So one of the things she said here is that we are a high agency culture where wild and wonderful ideas thrive. We had a perfect example yesterday was the release of Killing, right? Killing the pottery game that nobody gives a shit about. It's a niche game, but Microsoft and Xbox are allowing some studios to experiment and develop certain ideas that might not come out if they weren't tight budgets and shit. So they allow little passion projects like Grounded was a perfect example of it, right? And now Killing. Now Killing is not gonna move any units. It's very niche, and I'm still questioning who in the fuck green lighted this project. And the only way I see it is that Double Fine was working in this without using that many resources, so they really didn't, got on the way or nothing. There's no way they believed this show was gonna be a hit, Power Boss. There's no way. When we first saw it, the reveal, we were like, "What the fuck is going on?" But yeah, Xbox can have the luxury of trying
Now,
new
I will
shit.
say, while Kiln may not be a very good game and it's a niche product and all that, the technology that they developed in character creation and things like that can absolutely transfer over to other games from Xbox.
Exactly.
And that, I think, is the bigger takeaway from this type of a game. And
Yeah,
I think it's a good party game.
yeah, it is a good party game. I think it is a good what should I call it? Like a good way to experiment and see what good elements from this a small project can make it into bigger games, right? With bigger budgets, better graphics, whatever it is, right? So the other thing that I like is like, she actually said this. We have to be honest about where we are. We are a challenger. And meeting this moment will require pace, energy, and a level of self-critique that should feel uncomfortable. At our best, they want to earn every player, dude. They want to protect their art, stay rebellious, progress over perfection, signal over ceremony, core before more, outwork the problem, speed is learning, makers over managers, clarity is kindness. Okay, so they want to keep it real with all of us, right?
Now,
With their
key
fans.
takeaway, earn every player. Remember, they're
That's
switching
number
from
one.
MAUs to DAUs.
Mhm.
They want daily active users. Staying rebellious is going all the way back to OG Xbox, and then when you go down the line, you're just looking over everything. Clarity is one of the things that Xbox has
Mhm.
really struggled with. Mixed
Yep.
messaging and all that. Everybody's saying that, which we're going to get into later about Call of Duty and Game Pass, that this is Asha's just 4 games moment, like Phil.
Yeah. And then she said, over the last 5 years, Xbox and the industry have been through an unimaginable amount of change. And this team has continued to deliver through it for our community. Thank you for staying focused on what matters 62 days in. We're proud of how we've honored our commitments of great games, return of Xbox, and future of play. We're here to do the most creative and courageous work of our lives. And that's what we'll do together with gratitude, Matt and Asha. So I know a lot of people are gonna call this PR and all of this shit, but I mean,
Oh, it's definitely
I'm happy with
PR, but it's also a matter of which part of the PR is going to come to fruition and how soon.
I will walk back on that because it's not only PR. She's actually making shit happen. And even like she say effectively now. It's not next month, it's not next week, it's not next year, maybe, or perhaps it is
I mean,
right
she's only
now,
been there for 2 months, and she's already moving things forward exceptionally fast.
bro.
You got to admit that some of these things are going to come sooner than later. We already got, the Xbox Project Helix that's coming out soon. We've got potential rollbacks of the Series X getting more features, and who knows what that's going to mean when the Project Helix does actually release. What the Series X is still going to get.
Yeah, insane, dude. So let's talk to shop, man, and then we get into, we discuss a little bit, but I see you guys. I know you've been saying hi for a long time, but we had to cover the news, right? We had to like make the show and talk about this, and so that we can based off this continue our conversation. Shout out to Lycos 45. What's up, everybody? Xbox making great moves for real, for real. We got Cold Classic Cage in the house as well. What's up? What's up, fam? How you doing? We got Cold Classic as well saying here something has to change. I don't know what it is exactly, but Xbox became complacent with being mediocre and something has to change. I agree with that. I think that they tried to switch things up and it didn't work the way they wanted, but now they are changing again. And look, a lot of people, they love to talk shit about these changes. A lot of people, they hate when Xbox changed their strategy. But if you don't change, how are you going to keep up with like the changes that the industry is going on? You have to evolve or get left off. And that's just the way I see it. I feel like Nintendo has to evolve in their own ways, right? PlayStation has to evolve in their own way, and Xbox deserve to evolve in their own way as well. They are the only ones out of the big three, right, that try something new every now and again, from games to strategies, bro. From like things like Game Pass. You feel me? And it's just like they get criticized for changing the strategy. And it's just something that, like, okay, like, why are we not allowed to change? And it's like it brings me to the conversation, right? That everybody's trying to cook some of the Xbox influencers because they believe in Phil and Sarah's strategy, right? And that's okay. You can get behind something like that's not negotiable for me. The whole exclusivity thing. That's something that I believe in as a gamer. Like, yeah, I do want to see the ponies cry, but like PlayStation ponies are like like 0.0000001% of the gamers, if we are being honest.
Shout out to Doc Dark. He actually made a video, I think it was yesterday, and he called out Joey. We all know him, Phantom Kraken.
Mhm.
And he said, he made a good point. If Xbox is talking about exclusivity, we don't think that they're going to be pulling off PC day and date. But what it means is potentially no longer bringing to PlayStation. And Joey, as the console warrior that he is, did a great example and pushed out there, hey, does that mean no more Xbox ports to PlayStation? And that means that's what exclusivity could mean. And from a console warrior standpoint, hey, PlayStation has nothing. They are dry as hell right now. If it is third party keeping them afloat, it's Xbox right now
Yeah.
because Soros isn't looking that great. It looks to be better than Returnal in every way, but at the same time, it's literally just Returnal 2.0. It's a niche genre. It took them putting it onto PC to even sell 1 million copies. And every game that they have put on PC so far has been outsold on PC versus every other platform. And it just shows that whatever they're putting out, how big or how small, is just not hitting over there like it used to. The games just aren't that great. They're trying to be
Yeah.
too cinematic, too movie, and not enough gameplay. You're pressing one button and then you're setting your controller down for how long now? I mean, come
Yeah.
on. So, from a console warrior standpoint, if it means exclusivity is returning to no more PlayStation ports, obviously the contracts that are in place, like Fable has been announced, Forza Horizon 6 is coming out later. We just don't have a date for it on the PlayStation. That's fine. Those are in place. Those were the last stitch efforts of, whatever Phil, Sarah, and Satya were doing, up until that point. But Asha, let's not forget, Game Pass isn't her baby. She's there to make the console marketplace grow. So if she's going to make exclusives by saying, hey, we're no longer going to be moving forward starting 2027, bringing games to PlayStation, this is the time to do it. This is when she needs to step up and make that happen. So
Yeah.
Game Pass is not her baby. So anything that is good or bad with Game Pass, that ended with Phil. And like it was Phil's promise that first party games would be day and date. And we see from her first act of pulling Call of Duty off that lowering the price of Game Pass, either somebody was lying somewhere along the way, as far as that goes. We don't know who, we don't know why. But for them to remove Call of Duty and then dropping $7 off of the subscription service, that should tell you something. Now, whether that's going to be good or bad, let's not forget, Game Pass was very, very successful, 30 million plus, even before COD got put on there. And it was still $20 with COD when it originally was put on there. It took them a while to get that implemented to go and say, hey, we're going to hike up the price to $30. We all thought it was going to be between $1 and $5. We said that here, and we were all sticker shocked when it went up by 10. And let's make no mistake, it's still the best place for a subscription service for gaming. It just wasn't as
enticing
as it was when it was $20, which is, it's still the best place to game, but it was just less so for some people. So if you're not buying, the 6 to 7 fully priced $70 games, you're only buying like 1 or 2. Yeah, of course. Don't subscribe to Game Pass, and you're going to be just buying those games. People who only buy an Xbox or a PlayStation and buy COD and nothing else, hey, paying for the game is just fine for you. But when it comes to things like, Fable, Gears, all the remasters, all the remakes, and all of it's going into Game Pass day one, absolutely. You're not getting full $70 games out of all of them. E33, for example, won Game of the Year. That was $40. So it's not as the best place in gaming anymore. Now it's returning back to that being only $23 instead. So we got to really look and see what action she's going to be doing moving forward. I said this, I was worried about her taking charge when she was first announced because of her background with the AI core group. She was the one who launched the AI Gemini program for Copilot. So, I was skeptical. She's making me come around. I'll admit it's not as bad per se. She's not a gamer, but she does game. She may not game as much as Phil. And that's fine. Neither did Sarah Bond.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's just a way we got to look at things moving forward.
Yeah, they love to criticize that she's not a gamer, but What about the other CEOs that we got in gaming? Are they even gamers? Like, I never see Nintendo or PlayStation come out with a letter to the fans and committing to, being better or something. Like, they don't have any communication with y'all, man. They don't give a fuck. At least the Xbox, team or whatever you want to fucking call it, they had like, okay, we hear you, we notice you, we know that you are there, and we know that you have certain requests. Like, all the people don't even, and they're not even taking into account. You know, that's my thing. And you can call it PR or whatever. But this is part of customer service. You want to hear what the fuck they're trying to do with your platform you play with. What is like the communication from other platforms? And I don't want to make this about other platforms, but you know what I'm talking about. So going back to Shaman, Fox demo, I don't care for exclusive neither, but I understand if Xbox does some exclusivity. Absolutely. Like, if PlayStation can do it and Nintendo can do it and other platforms can do it, why can't Xbox do it? You know, that doesn't mean that that's what I want, because I want a game with all of you, whether you play on PlayStation,
let's not
whether you
mix
play on
words.
whatever.
When you're talking about exclusivity, you're talking about, something that is antiquated as it was put, a long time ago,
It
a couple
is.
months back, and you're wanting to game where you game. You're not going to suddenly go out and buy a fresh Xbox to play Xbox games. You have a PC.
Yeah.
So if you're on PlayStation, they brought games to PlayStation. And what, two of them had multiplayer aspects, Sea of Thieves and
Forza.
Forza. And Forza sold really well, and that was a 5-year-old game.
Yep.
Yes.
5
PlayStation
mil.
hasn't had anything like that since Need for Speed Underground, and that wasn't
Listen.
even them.
To put it into perspective, Power Boss, Forza Horizon, a 5-year-old game, outsold Game of the Year Astrobutt. That's first and foremost. He outsold.
And it was 5 years old when it launched over there too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we are, and I said it on Twitter too. Xbox bigger problem is stigma, is bad reputation. It is the media and the fanboyism against them 24/7. We mentioned it earlier with the leakers, how they make every leak sound terrible for Xbox and every leak sound amazing for PlayStation or Nintendo and any other platform, but always with Xbox. We see it in reviews of games that because they are part of Xbox, they get like, they bring down their score. We've seen reviewers saying that they don't like Starfield because it shouldn't been earlier on PlayStation, and bringing the score down on a game that is better than when it was released. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of insane. And at the same time, we see him glaze games like Marathon, right? And games like Saddles that, I mean, they good games in their own way, but if you look at all the games like Crimson Desert that was criticized for the same shit because they didn't want to have an exclusive deal with PlayStation, like you can see where the media bias lies and how it affects Xbox too. And that's what we have channels like this in which we are like, okay, like, stop talking shit. This is what's actually happening. Because if it wasn't for channels like mine or I would say Dirt, Alex, people who like you could like Alex is not even like a big Xbox fan, but he speaks the truth. You know what I'm saying? We try to speak the truth. Dirt is a Xbox fan, but he doesn't lie to your face like some of these ponies do. He just, I mean, we just keep it real around here, and that is the best thing that we can do as fans. Like, if you don't like something, demand better for your shit. You want your place that you play to become better. It's okay to say, I don't like this, the Xbox did, than being like the Sony PlayStation fans, glazing everything that Sony PlayStation does, and they end up with the short end of the stick.
Just because it has the PlayStation logo on it too.
Exactly. And that's what PlayStation is so shit and they don't want to admit it, and they will never admit that PlayStation is shit. They wouldn't. Those Sony PlayStation fans, they don't ever want to be wrong, boy. They don't ever want to be wrong. Even when they wrong, they right in their own little heads. And that's something that I appreciate from the Xbox community. Y'all come out here and, call it crying, call it whatever, but you are the ones paying. So you are in every right you to fucking say, I don't like this, change it back. Why not? And another thing, Xbox, like, call it whatever you want, are the only ones who go back on the word when it comes to price increases when people don't like it. Try that shit with PlayStation. Try that shit with Nintendo. It's not gonna work. And I'm not here trying to glaze them. I'm just here telling you the truth because this is what's actually happening. People didn't like the Game Pass price increase. We said it here in the channel. We don't like it. Still worth it to me, but paying $30 is not the same as paying 20.
And
He
it's not worth it
definitely
for everybody. Like I said, it takes you,
exactly.
6 to 7 copies or 6 to 7 fully priced games in order to get your money's worth out of what you would be paying for a year. And let's not forget that it didn't even stay for a whole year at $30 either.
Yeah, it didn't even last the whole year as a $30 service. It's going back to 22. That's right. We lost Call of Duty. That's another topic, right? And another concern, because now everybody's concerned about Call of Duty not being in the service, meaning that it's going to open the doors for other games to be excluded from the service as well. And I want to go ahead and say this right here. If they do that shit, they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Call of Duty is a special case because we know how expensive it is. We understand. And we understand that Call of Duty was in some way, shape, or form one of the reasons why Game Pass went up in price. So, okay, start from scratch. Call of Duty is not in the Game Pass. Now, I want to see Call of Duty added back into Game Pass as an add-on. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like $5 extra if you want Call of Duty. Well, fine. But
well, let's
really
also not forget
out?
what they said was it's just not coming day one. It's still going to be coming a year later, and all the older ABK games are still going to be added in over time and never leave because it is a first party. And that was the main allure of Game Pass, is that first party titles never left the service. And I don't think outside of licensing issues that has ever happened.
No. I feel like they good on that. I feel like Call of Duty is a special case. We shouldn't be like tripping already about future games, but it is definitely a concern, right? It's something that we have to talk about. I mean, some people want to ignore this, and say like, no, that would never happen. Or what the fuck? I don't know, But before it happens, we're gonna make it clear because they're listening, they're watching us, that we don't want that shit to happen. Okay, we understand Call of Duty.
And
Outside of Call of Duty, we don't give a shit about nothing else.
On the topic of Call of Duty, also, that 300 million that they lost from actual physical and digital sales of the game, let's also not forget that Call of Duty is also one of those franchises that makes over $1 billion in microtransactions alone.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if you've seen the last one that they had Terry Crews as a replacer for the next season. That's gonna sell like hotcakes because I'm gonna
Terry Crews and somebody else too.
I love fucking Terry Crews. I think the guy is hilarious and he just makes me laugh. It will be funny to run around as Terry Crews fucking people up. I'm just saying they know how to microtransaction the game, even though I don't even agree with it. But sometimes, it's okay to rock a skin, dude. We're gamers here. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that? It's nothing wrong with buying your skin that you want. Now, what's wrong is to spend a lot of money on skins that you don't need. You know what I mean? But it's okay to go ahead and buy you the one that you want and rock it. Like, why not? Have another extra one or two to, switch it up and that's it. But if you're responsible, right, then that's not cool. Okay, so back to the chat, man, because we keep going and going. I know you guys are, out there supporting us, man. John Dredster Artist saying this: I respect and appreciate y'all stand on what y'all been saying and not copying and cheap jumping and deriding like the rest of the communities. Bro, like, listen, I am the way that I am. Okay, so when I stand on here, I'm not trying to be a character. I know we do this for entertainment, but this is who I am. You know what I mean? I love gaming, and I have my ideals, right? And I have my beliefs on how, you know, how I want gaming to unfold in the future. And I also have a little bit of common sense. So when I look at technology, I can tell you right now that the games that are running on PC can run on the PlayStation, can run on the Xbox, can run on the Nintendo Switch, and definitely can run in the fucking cell phone. So why in the fuck do we keep on having exclusive when everything is compatible? That's just my opinion. And for the people who have a PlayStation and an Xbox and whatever, bro, like, do you imagine buying a game on the PlayStation and you have it on your Xbox and you have it on your PC? But you also, like, if you get your hands in your homeboy's Nintendo or your home girl or whatever, and you log in with your account, you also have access to your save files and everything. That's what I'm talking about. That's convenience as a gamer. I don't care about Xbox or PlayStation selling millions of consoles. I do not give a fuck about that because I do not have stocks on Xbox. I do not have stocks on PlayStation. I'm not a financial guy. All I care about is my convenience with gaming and about my friends having access to all the games that I play so that we can play together, which is the fucking point of playing video games in the first place. So that's just what I believe in. Now, companies do it and PlayStation do it. Why Xbox couldn't do it too? You know, let them fucking have their fucking cake and eat it too. Let fucking Xbox have their exclusives as well. Let the fucking ponies cry, because at the end of the day, that's the one part that I like about all this shit. All the tears that we're gonna see rolling down when ponies see that they were savoring their mouth for playing games like Blade, and Blade's not coming to the PlayStation anymore. You imagine that? You imagine the meltdowns. Uh, they were savoring their mouth and licking their lips about Gears E Day. Well, Gears E Day is not going to a PlayStation anymore. Would you imagine, Power Boss? We're gonna talk about like
Clockwork
weeks.
Revolution, Elder Scrolls 6. You got so
Exactly.
many games that are
Yeah.
first party Xbox that are just not going.
And it's like, okay, you want to play Xbox games? Well, you can either buy an Xbox or play on your PC. I heard all you ponies got PCs. I mean, yeah, whatever you want to call your laptop and a
Shout
tablet.
out to King Thrash. He just got himself a gaming PC that he swears up and down he's going to only use for streaming his
Oh my
podcast.
God, he got a
Uh,
5070 and a 9800X 3D to
yeah,
stream.
it's
Yeah,
literally
fuck
one of the
off.
top of the lines, and he spent probably like $2,000
Fuck
to
off.
$2,300 for that thing.
Fuck off, man. That shit is for playing. He might be playing God of War and that shit be like, oh man, woo! 240 hertz. Shit, first time ever losing their virginity to 140 hertz, because that's something that ponies have never seen. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, you understand where I'm coming from. I believe in what I believe. I'm not gonna flip flop here and say all of a sudden that I'm pushing for games to be exclusive when I've never done that before. In fact, I always thought like, what the fuck? Why are you celebrating somebody else not being able to play an amazing game, right? Because I mean, say what you want about games from PlayStation or Xbox. They both have great games, right? We can agree on that shit at least. Like, you know, like Nintendo got the great games. PlayStation got the great games, and Xbox got the great games too. Now, Xbox, you know, the reality is they got more games now. You know, they have all of the ABK, the Xbox Studios. They're like 40 now, right? We got Stale DK3 coming out, Clockwork Revolution. We got Fallout remakes or whatever. We got the Fallout 5 also in the works. You understand? We got Call of Duty every year as an Xbox first party studio. Diablo is doing amazing. Overwatch, you name it. Xbox has a lot of games now. Name the PlayStation games that are coming out this generation or that came out this generation. Last of Us like 3 times the first one. Last of Us 2 like 3 times the second one. We got Horizon remastered like 7 times. We got God of War Ragnarok. We got Astrobot that nobody fucking played, and now we got Saros that is getting an amazing review, but I don't know. I'm not sure how much that shit is gonna sell. How many people really dig Saddles on the PlayStation? We have to wait and see, because ponies are not playing this shit. They're out there on Twitter talking shit. So y'all have a good game. Insados that came out is being critically acclaimed. I don't want to see none of you fucking ponies talking about Xbox, at least for the weekend. Go ahead and play your game, dude. Get off my dick. Go play your game. Let's see if you really playing, because all I'm seeing is screenshots and I'm not seeing no gameplay. Makes me wonder if you really actually playing this shit. Okay.
You know what I was actually also surprised about yesterday? Guess who Reforge had on his channel?
Mhm.
King David.
Really? Well, that's crazy. That's funny.
It was actually a good conversation. He wasn't shilling. He wasn't, begging for memberships or super chats or anything like that. He actually had a good conversation. He brought up topics. King David responded. He said that even something that he put out there, he like next week, he wound up with egg on his face because it turned out that he was completely wrong. He's 98% right. So,
I mean, first off, all the ponies were wrong. They all say Xbox is dead, and here it is. Xbox telling you we are revisiting the strategy with exclusives. And here's what I believe: games like Forza Horizon are not gonna be exclusive anymore. I'm sorry, guys. All my Xbox homies, Forza Horizon cannot be exclusive anymore. 5 mil, homies. 5 mil on the PlayStation after 5 years. Like, that game got bigger than the platform. That I have to agree with Phil Spencer. There are certain games out there that are bigger than the platform. Minecraft, we got now fucking Forza Horizon. Might be Halo, one of the other games that become bigger than Xbox. Because I'm not gonna lie,
I'm
not
just worried about this Halo not having multiplayer. It's gonna have.
I'm not excited about the new
co-op
Halo at all. The Halo
or online
campaign
co-op.
Evolve, I'm not that
Yeah.
excited about it. I'm more excited about Gears. Thing is, I
Absolutely
played that
Gears.
campaign 1,000 times. I know exactly how it goes. I know
Same.
exactly what happens. I literally know the game from, it would be nice to see the new graphics and shit, but I want a new fucking Halo game. Like I
I
want.
really hope they fix the Halo
Yeah.
ghosting issue in the trailer that they showed.
I don't know. That's only optimization. That'll be all right, man. So shout out to John Trezearis for that, man. We got Sanchez MTC Gaming in the building. We got Tarnish Gamer. If a pony try to break this info down, they somehow have a 2x4 nail to their head, like the Patrick meme. None of them have reading comprehension. No. You already know a pony breaking what we just read down will be like, oh, that means that they're not gonna have any exclusives. That means that Game
Like
Pass
I
is gonna
said,
increase in
they've
price.
already tried.
Yeah.
They've already tried because somebody, I don't remember who it was, but I saw somebody was saying, "Oh, this is Asha Sharma's Phil Spencer's 4 games moment." Because now Call of Duty is being removed. So does that mean that other first parties can be removed from Game Pass day one? No, we don't know that. I mean, if it turns out to be that way, hey, that's the sign of a wake-up call saying, hey, unsubscribe. Go somewhere else. Play your games elsewhere. Go pay for the entire of the game and, just screw the system. She called out Sean Layden. Jason Ronald called out Nib. It's just one thing after the other. We can't really say what's going to be happening until it actually happens. So they're being clearer on the messaging, and they're telling you as things are happening.
That is one thing that we gotta start giving the flowers Xbox, right? They are being more clear than they've ever been. Guys, admit it. Like, they shutting people down. Like, we seen what happened to Nib. We seen what happened to Sean Layden. We seen that they are trying to kill the rumors before they even come out. They being clear in the messaging this one time around. Now, I don't know where things are gonna go eventually. I'm not an oracle to predict the future, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. She has the trust of Sadia Nadella. Because I mean full trust. Sadia actually believes in her more than he did in Phil and Sarah. Straight up. It go like, bro, she's being allowed to like move shit around like no one else have been allowed to do. Maybe Acha is I don't know, like Sadia Nadella's daughter or something. illegitimate daughter. I'm not sure how she has so much power after just 2 months as a CEO. It's insane the things that she's done already. Things that,
And let's not forget, Phil
bro,
Spencer is still there until
yeah, yeah,
June,
yeah.
and he's probably talking to her in his ear. I mean, he went up to that last showcase that they had when they were all out there, and he had Phil Spencer retired Asha's assistant.
Mm,
I mean, you can't get much cooler than that. Come on.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. I don't think there's any bad blood in there between Phil Spencer and and Sarah and all of those people. I think they're all cool. But I do believe that maybe Phil Spencer retired because it was like, look, maybe my ideas aren't as fresh as they used to be. Maybe I'm seeing things in the way that maybe the younger generation don't see it. And here's the thing. Believe it or not, the majority of the gamers, the average of the age of people who are playing is actually higher than you may think. Like, the pandemic is over, summer is coming, kids are back outside. Like, they need to find a way to bring people back into gaming. And the only way that you can do that is by giving people amazing content and an amazing price. Because if it gets too expensive, people are gonna unsubscribe. If you take away the shit that I like, I'm gonna unsubscribe. And I heard and I seen on Twitter people saying, "Hey, I'm getting an Xbox now that they lowered the Game Pass price. I'm getting an Xbox now that they're speaking about exclusivity." So it does make the difference, right? It doesn't make the difference to me, but it certainly makes the difference for other people, and that's fine. I could be wrong. Anybody could be wrong. The thing is, when we don't accept being wrong and we stubborn, right? Enough to ignore what's actually taking place, right? So, shout out to the community, man. Shout out to y'all because you're the only ones who speak about this shit. Sony PlayStation fanboys, they will cry all day about the price of Game Pass going down and Call of Duty being removed. But, like, what's up with that PS Plus subscription that you have? You never got no day one games. You never got no freaking like first date third party releases.
Speaking of PlayStation Plus subscription, did you see what game that they're just now getting?
I don't know.
Horizon Remastered.
Okay, bro.
And
Okay,
how long has that game been out now?
that shit's been
A
out
couple
forever.
years at least, and they're only just now getting it into
Terrible.
the PS Plus.
So that let them be, bro. They out here thinking about Xbox, dreaming about Xbox. Uh, and PlayStation is out there like, hey, notice me, and like everybody, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about Xbox nonstop. PlayStation gets zero play, even like, and this is something that Phil Spencer started to do subtly, right? Like, very very subtle. Let me use that word, subtle. And it's like they're trying to kill PlayStation from within without making too much noise. So PlayStation drops a game, here comes Xbox drops a game. Not only that, remember when they had that beta for Marathon, how they had Call of Duty free that week? You know what I'm saying? So that they're doing little small things that you don't really think, but they are battling PlayStation in their own way. So I mean, you gotta give him that. Eternal D87 in the building saying, good morning, demo. Good morning, Power Buzz. Acha bringing back Xbox exclusives next. We'll see. We'll see. We got Jules in the building as well. What's up? Congratulations. Uh, the action is what matters moving forward. I agree with that. Um, we got, wow, all of you guys went crazy here. We got Pickles. Hello, Demo and Powerballs. Really good week for Xbox, indeed, man. Um, we got Lycos 45 saying Pony Tears are gonna be great. Yes, homie. Watch and cry, man. They're gonna definitely be crying. Got PlayStation fans don't need a PC. Remember, they're saying a PlayStation 5 Pro is better than the 5090. Yeah, and he goes ahead and buy a 5070. All right. Ponies have another Sony banger game, Marathon. Listen, Marathon, bro. We gotta speak about Marathon briefly. But Marathon is being glazed in reviews as this amazing game, yada yada. But the game keeps on losing people, dude. On Steam, it's not hot anymore. Barely breaking 19,000 players, that like, and the first wipe hasn't even happened, right? I'm not saying Marathon is a bad game. I don't believe it is a bad game, but it's niche. And the big problem that is extraction shooters have is retaining players. How do you keep people engaged in a game that they lose it all after a while? So I know Escape from Tarkov does a good job with this. And one of the reasons why Escape from Tarkov is still alive is because they added the PvE mode, which, yeah, matter of fact, the assholes charge you for it separately. But I believe that Marathon could see searching players is they if they add a PvE mode, because let's keep it real, majority of the Bungie fans come from either Halo or later Destiny. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you. I feel like they need PvE. A lot of people, the hardcore who are enjoying Marathon, might tell you, like, no, they don't. I'm having fun with the 3 or 4 people that are playing with me, but then the game becomes extremely sweaty. And a lot of people don't really have time for that, man. You know what I mean? All the games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, or whatever, Apex, all the multiplayer games, they allow you to go in and out at your own pace. Of course, you're gonna meet
Any
other
game
players to
that
play
you can
with.
play with your friends, you're going to spend probably a lot more time in it, especially when it's an ongoing game like Arc Raiders, Tarkov, even Marathon. If you're playing with your friends, and even if it's only once a week, you can absolutely have fun just spending time with your homies. The problem with Marathon is, for the same genre of game that it is an extraction shooter, there are other games that are better. There are other games that are cheaper. There are other games that are more fleshed out than what Marathon brought to the table. Whether Marathon is a good game or a bad game, the fact of the matter is it's been losing players ever since its launch. It did numbers. It had almost 100,000. But let's not forget, Highguard had more players than that. And look at how fast Highguard was taken off. It was, what, 2 weeks in a day or something like that?
Yeah.
And then,
I think
Concord.
listen,
And I mean, come on.
but Highguard was a free to play game. Like, they cannot kill these services in 6 months. Like, this game had to at least survive for a whole year in order for them to be able to say, okay, we're killing the game and we don't give you a return, a refund, right? If they kill the game right now, they're gonna need to refund these people because it hasn't even been 2 months, 3 months. Okay, so I don't believe Marathon is dying in that way. Like, maybe on console they see more activity, which I doubt, because Paul Tassi already came out saying that 70% of the players are on PC. So do the math. If 70% of the players are on PC, and PC is barely getting to 20,000 concurrent players, how many players do you think that are populating these Marathon servers when it go, like, when you include all consoles, right? Xbox and PlayStation. I would say that maybe you get, like, I don't know, like 10K in each of the other platforms.
It was
Maybe
what, 17% on PlayStation, 12% on
70.
Xbox, and
Yeah.
70 on PC, which means at launch, 10% of the players were Xbox, roughly. So that's about 8,000 players. And then for the other 88,000, 12%, or excuse me, 18% or 17% for PlayStation, that's almost 20,000 players. So the PC is now at a point where it has the same amount of players as PlayStation if PlayStation players are still playing it. Xbox has about half of those players too. So if that's the case,
Hold on.
it's just sad.
Yeah.
I made a note and muted
It
myself.
is. It is. So we got Sanchez NTC Gaming saying Phil is probably telling Asha you have to be nice to PlayStation when Asha wants to go for the kill. Listen, that's another thing. She's not playing nice. She's not playing nice. Don't get it twisted. I think what she wants to bring is that energy that console wars had. She want to bring it back, even though console wars might be an outdated concept. she wants to bring back the idea of Xbox can complete with PlayStation and Nintendo. And that's fine. I think that can only do good things for Xbox. They need to try again now with this catalog. They need to, because I mean the Xbox One generation, yeah, they had exclusive, but how many? I'm sorry. How many exclusives did Xbox really have back in the day? With the Xbox One generation, there weren't that many games, weren't that amazing. Yeah, we did get like, I don't know, like Quantum Break, and what was the other game? Like Rise of Rome, and some Forza Horizon. We did get Halo 5, Gears 4 and 5, whatever. But that's it. Like, they didn't have the catalog that they have now. I'm talking about Clockwork Revolution. I'm talking about Fable coming back, E-Day. Talking about, new franchises that we don't even know about that I know that they're working on, you know? And that's the other thing. They're quite a, I think they're one of the few people out there who are putting original content with new IPs, killing, call it a flop or whatever. It's a new IP, you know. We got Clockwork Revolution, and
Don't
so on and
forget,
so
they
forth.
also launched Grounded 2 and Keeper not too long ago.
Exactly, Keeper. Yeah, Double Fine, man, they're doing their thing. They're working on smaller projects. I do hope that they go back to Psychonauts or something like that, because I do believe the Psychonaut games are amazing. But other than that, I feel like they're experimenting as well, and I'm glad that Xbox has a little bit of room to allow these developers to experiment. You know, so. We got Tarnished Gamer saying they worry so much about Game Pass. Think how much they missed out on this generation because of live service push, which is failing, by the way. Yeah, I mean, and look, Xbox got so many good things going on this week that we don't even have to speak about PlayStation at all, to be honest. But they do deserve some of the smoke because they've been talking shit on Twitter. Not only to the Xbox guys, but the Sony PlayStation fanboys being going at it with the Nintendo guys. They've been going at it with the PC guys as well, which is like funny. Like, why do you even like engaging, trying to talk to a PC gamer when you know damn well that they have way more games than you? They have way better performance than you. I don't even understand what the fuck all this hate is coming on. That's kind of goofy, but
Oh, and they think because it's on PC that Nintendo has the greatest IPs because they're the only ones that are exclusive. We can still
that's just
play
crazy.
Nintendo games on PC. They just don't like the fact that, oh, you can do it through emulation. When Nintendo themselves do emulation.
Like us 45 saying, Bungie have been coming out with good updates on the game so far. It hasn't been as sweaty like when it launched. Yeah, like us, because a lot of people are not playing anymore. Listen, I know you like the game. I like the game. I play here and there with my friends, but like I said, the solo experience is terrible, and I don't usually have people around that are willing to play marathon like that. So the players are few and far in between, and Bungie needs the players. The game needs the players. They need to because it is not looking good. Like no new players are coming, and the ones that are already there are leaving. So that's already a huge negative for Marathon. And I believe that they could turn it around, but I feel like the game has so many things working against it. So many things. And we said it here when we seen the previews and everything. We said this game is gonna have an uphill battle from the get-go. Where we run Power Boss. Yeah, I don't think so.
Absolutely not. We said that it's going to be fighting for the light games that are coming out, which is Arc Raiders and Escape from Tarkov. It's going to be tearing away the Destiny player fan base. It's going to be trying to capture an entire market that Bungie hasn't been in since the original Halo 1, 2, and 3. So they really have an uphill battle. Their gunplay is solid, but they made the enemies too bullet spongy. They launched the game in a bad state. They got caught for, I think, the third or fourth time doing plagiarism with copying somebody else's art and got caught. And, that's neither here nor there. But then you got somebody who's in charge of the studio who brought 30 people over to his house to show him his car collection and then fired them the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of person in charge is that? You know, I don't want
It's a
somebody
bad
like that I
reputation.
work for. You know.
Yeah. No, I'm not hating on Marathon. At the end of the day, I actually like the game. I said it here many times. It's just like it's not. And it's also missing features, bro. Let's keep it real. The other day wasn't the game that came out, Road to Vostok. One person developed this game. I was showing you Power Boss. Remember that game behind the scenes?
Oh yeah,
What's the
yeah.
What's the first thing I told you? This game has shit
One
that
by
Marathon doesn't have.
person. Yep, absolutely. And it
It
runs
have it.
so much smoother too. And
It
it looks
has.
even more
Yeah.
realistic than Marathon does.
It's not even that. It's just all about like basic features that a game should have, like a range, firing range, especially to see all the items and what they do, so that you're not like inspecting your items to see what the fuck they do in the heat of battle. You know what I mean? Because that's dumb. And
Or
it's sort
shooting
of
them
like,
off while you're in a map, giving away your position to everybody else that's around you that can hear your gunshots
yeah,
and see
I mean,
markers on the mini map.
those are basic features that should be in every fucking shooter in 2026. The shooter that doesn't come out with that can't compete. And we seen games like Gray Zone Warfare that came out with a new update. Game is pre-alpha, early access, already have a training section, already have a shooting range, already have a place in which you can inspect all the items, already have, like, come on, bro, like Bungie, wake up and smell the coffee. A game is missing features. That's it. On To top it off, we got amazing games that release parallel to Marathon, like Crimson Desert. You know what I'm saying? It's a behemoth for the game. The game still have over 100,000 concurrent players. It came out like a month ago. Still being talked about. Then we got like updates from games. Then we got Modern Warfare
We just got Pragmata that
2019.
released everywhere. That game is
Ramada.
pretty good.
And look, we got Modern Warfare 2019 releasing at $5 on Steam and going back and beating Marathon in numbers.
And if Marathon isn't going to retain numbers, what do you think is going to happen when the next live service game, Forza Horizon, comes out? There ain't nobody going to be on Marathon left.
Yeah. And the more games are coming out. And, and that's a reality.
We just got Kiln. We just got Vampire Crawlers. I was playing that. And I told demo behind the scenes, I played the demo and I played like 3-4 rounds of it. And I completed the demo. I got as much as I could, really. And then when the game launched, I played one round and I unlocked 54% of the achievements just from playing one round because all of my demo progress carried over.
Like I say, I got my money's worth out of Marathon. If it dies, it dies. All I'm saying is they have added and good updates so far that doesn't make it so sweaty. Yeah. I'm not saying the updates are bad. I'm just saying they need more updates. Look at Crimson Desert. Here's what I want you to understand, Lycos. And I'm not, signaling you or not taking it out on you or nothing. But listen, Crimson Desert, highly successful. They said they already sold 5 million copies, and they're still dropping updates. They apologize because they had a week in which they couldn't drop the update because it was too big. They went out and apologized to the people in an already amazing game that is already receiving updates every fucking week. Yesterday, I was about to play and they had a almost 50 gigabyte update. They included a bunch of quality of life things. They added, now you can like make birds your pets and shit. Like, they keep on adding shit that people get asking, and that's the duality, right? We got a game that's highly successful that continues to grind like it's failing, and we got Marathon here chilling like they're on top of the world, and they're struggling in reality. So, as first and foremost, I think the Marathon community, a lot of them have a lot of toxic positivity, and I understand how personally people like their games, but you don't want the game to be personally for you. You want more people to be included. So you need to be flexible as well when it comes to, like, okay, what can we do to bring new players to bring this game? Imagine going to a basketball court and you playing you and your homie, but you want to have like a full basketball game with like 4 and 5. You want people to be around. You want the place to be popping, right? Because at the end of the day, that makes it more fun. You have to be flexible and be like, oh, what can we do to bring new people to our playground so that we can have better games and have more fun? So That's what it's all about. It's not about the game being bad or worse. It's all about like what can Bungie do at this point to bring in new players that they are bleeding so
I
bad.
got a better example for you, Demo. You go to a
Yeah.
basketball with your friend. You and him are both wearing Nikes. You're playing there one on one, and a couple people come over, and you have a full team, and they say they want to join you and your buddy playing, but they're all wearing Reebok, and you say no, get out of here. You don't have what I like.
Or you don't want to
That's
play the game
exactly
the
what it
way I
is.
want to play. They want to play like, I don't know, like a street ball. And you're like, no, but we
Exactly.
want to play with a referee. And then like, okay, can we play one game street ball and another one with a referee? Maybe come to like meet in the middle. And I feel like that's a thing. The marathon community needs to be more flexible to new players and more welcoming. That's it. All of them are like, marathon is a shame. If you don't like it, fuck you. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you, but I'm saying most of the marathon fans. This game is amazing. Game of the year. Okay. You know, he said, I just like the game. I'm not in denial that it's now popping. Yeah, yeah, bro. Like, absolutely. Tarnish Gamer saying it's low effort and gamers aren't stupid. They can see how freaking the updates are. For live serving game, this is recipe for disaster. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, man, I just hope Marathon can find their way. And Saros came out, dude, and he's getting good reviews. So let's talk about that shit. Real quick. Let's talk about PlayStation.
Wait, it released?
The reviews are out.
Oh, the reviews. Okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead and look it up here. All right, I got here my homeboy Shinobi. He got me blocked, but I can still see his shit. I don't even know why people fucking block each other on Twitter. It's so freaking dumb. But anyways, we got Sato's reviews: 10 PlayStation Universe, 10 from VGC, 10 from Well Played, 10 for GameSpew, 9.5 for CGM, 9.5 for PSX Brazil, 9.5 from Gaming Training, 9 from ZTGD, 9 from GameStop, Game Ran, Game Bowl, Push Square, the 6-axis, Game Reactor, XGN, Screen 8.5 from XGN, 8 from Screen Rant, and 7 from IGN. So IGN gave it a 7. That's surprising. I wasn't expecting IGN to give this a 7. I was expecting them to give him a 9. But yeah, IGN gave this game a 7, which is funny. So what do you think about these reviews? Do you think they are good, or you think they are glazed, or do you think there's some sort of bias going on here, or do you really think that Saddles is genuinely a good game?
Well, looking over on Metacritic, where all these reviews are being pulled from, there is 93 total reviews. 4 of them are mixed, no negatives, 89 positive.
No negative. Nobody
So
said
those 100s that are showing up there is a few more of them. There's Region Free, there's Omelette, GameOver.gr, Eurogamer Germany, Well Played, Hit Newsblad, Digital Chumps gave it a 98. That's where it starts going down after that. So I want to just read what some of these reviews are, what they're actually saying. So GameSpew, the first one that was shown. Housemarque is back with yet another fantastic fast-paced third-person shooter. Soros builds on Returnal, delivering deeper and more enjoyable gameplay, as well as a new permanent progression system and modifiers which allow you to tweak the difficulty to your preferences. All in all, it's a Housemarque's best game yet.
I don't doubt that, because I believe that you made one game and then you make another one and it's very similar. It's supposed to be better, right? Supposed to be better. Okay, so shout out and congratulations to Ground Marquise for the good reviews. The game, let's keep it real. PlayStation makes critically acclaimed games, right? Where those games are gamers' game, because that's one of the things when I look at the reviews of Crimson Desert, a lot of them was like, "Oh, this is the gamers' game," like a lot of gameplay or whatever, but it's lacking here and there. And you know what I mean? Like, how come they didn't say nothing like this in here? That's just what I see. Not me trying to say the game is bad or nothing. That's just what I see. That they
So going to the
media
mixed
treat the games
reviews, here's
differently.
one from Comic Book. They gave it a 70 as well. The Saros' story remains an overall disappointment and is another reason why the game is an unsatisfactory follow-up to Returnal. Not only does Saros fail to build on what that started in 2021 title, it takes a massive leap backwards by having an unstable and frustrating difficulty curve, a less cohesive story, a shallower roguelike system, devoid of the context given by release dates. It would seem as though Sorrows came well before Returnal with how much less confident and taut the game is in comparison. While Fiery Suns define Sorrows and play an ever-present role in it, it is Returnal that is the shining star here, one that cleanly eclipses its spiritual successor.
Okay, so these people believe that Returnal is better than Satos.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't played Returnal. I do see it here and there on sale on Steam. Might pick it up later. I don't know. But it was funny enough because I was playing Out Raiders a couple of days ago. I picked it up for like, I don't know, like $3 on Steam, and I started a new playthrough, whatever. I finished that game on Xbox. But I do like the gameplay of Out Raiders a lot. Like it reminds me a lot of Gears of War, and I'm so like in such a Gears of War mood that I want to play something similar, right? So I started playing Out Raiders, and I was looking at it. I'm like looking at Sato's gameplay too, and I'm like, bro, like, isn't that a little bit similar? I know Sato's has way better mobility because you can like jump, dash. It has like that platforming type shit that Out Raiders didn't have. It was like a more grounded, like covert based shooter. So looking at it, I was like, bro, like if Outriders released today and it was a PlayStation game, game, they would have give this game an 8 or 9. And when it releases, they treated that game like shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that great though, to be honest, when it launched. Now it's way better. But I'm just saying that it feels like the media loves to glaze PlayStation. But nonetheless, shout out to the PlayStation studios for putting out quality content. It looks like this game is gonna be good, and I hope you ponies fucking play it though. All these people, like I said, I don't want to see none of you motherfuckers on my post. I want you to blast Twitter with gameplay from Satos, bro. Let me see if you're really about this life, though. Honestly, let me see if you're
I
really about
mean,
this life.
both with Marathon and with the High Guard,
Yeah.
I said, both games have fundamental flaws. I played both of them, and both of them fell short. I didn't give Marathon the fairest shot, other than the looting aspect, a way to change it to make it somewhat better, especially in a fast-paced action PvP only shooter, extraction based. But then, like for High Guard, I said, okay, if they were to take out all these different modes that they have, where it's a big map, whether you have, 3v3 teams, I said, make it 5v5, split the modes up to where it's either, hey, kill or be killed, or uh, placing the bombs, or, doing stuff like that, separate the modes out, and then you can go ahead and make it more sustainable. And they did one of them, but then the other two, they just fell flat. And then about a week later, they decided to close the studio.
Yeah, they were losing. They were really bleeding players because you could say
Yeah.
that you could tell that Marathon is bleeding players, but not at such a high rate. They bleeding players slowly, 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 slowly. But yeah, man, I just hope that they can figure it out. But now, about boss, let's talk about the Game Pass situation with Call of Duty. Let's talk about that because a lot of people been wondering what the fuck is going on with that and how do we feel about it. I personally gonna say here that I like the change, right? I'm not a fan of Call of Duty being removed from my tier, but I understand why the change is happening. And I said the same thing about Fortnite, and I think that's the next step. They should remove the BVOG shit from Game Pass, or at least give you, like we were saying before, an add-on option of adding or removing these things. I feel like Xbox gotta be more clear in what they want to do, They have to they must reiterate that every fucking first party game is coming to Game Pass, and the Call of Duty is the exception. I want to hear from them. You know what I mean? I want to hear that shit from them. I just don't want speculation, nothing like that. Like, say it right now. You have to stand by your promises. You know what I'm saying? And as a Game Pass, uh, subscriber and enthusiast, the game, the first, the day one games is, to me, paramount. Is important. I'm not about to pay for a subscription to play old ass fucking games. Yeah, those are nice too, but I mainly play because I like to try out the new games that are coming out. Whether it be third party like Ninja Gaiden, or well, Ninja Gaiden is a weird situation, sort of like first, second, third party type game. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, for example, Beast of Reincarnation is dropping day one on Game Pass. I want to play that shit. And
Oh,
that's one of the
absolutely.
reasons
That
why I
looks
keep my
absolutely
Game
fire
Pass
too.
subscription. It looks incredible. So that's what I'm trying to get at here. I wanted to have a clear message in what they're gonna do with Game Pass. And I was telling you, Power Boss, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna matter in a couple of months what we talk about here and how we feel here, because the changes are coming and they will continue to happen when it comes to Game Pass.
Shout out to Joe from Seattle on this one. I was watching
Shout
his
out, yeah, I
video
was
last
watching his
night.
video too. Yeah, yeah.
He
Shout out to
he actually made a good point about the COD removal. The next one that's coming out this year is Modern Warfare 4. Which one of the ABK studios makes it?
I have no idea, bro.
Infinity Ward.
Infinity Ward. Okay.
When has Infinity Ward ever made a good Call of Duty? So I'm fine with this one not being in Game Pass day one. I'll probably skip it anyway. I haven't played Call of Duty since mainly Black Ops 3, really. Modern Warfare 3, Black
Yeah.
Ops 3, and I got Ghosts, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, but I barely ever even put any hours into it. I don't even know if I ever sat down for more than a half an hour to actually play that one. I like the zombies, the extraction stuff, and to me, Black Ops 6 and 7, that's all I ever played was the zombies modes. I didn't care about the multiplayer. I'm not the sweaty tryhard, that most people play Call of Duty for. Six's campaign was somewhat all right if you played through it. I played a couple missions in it. I didn't complete it. But then I didn't even touch Black Ops 7's because literally the missions were missions that I've already done in previous games, tuned up and tweaked to deal with the new systems that Black Ops 7 brought.
Yeah,
so
that was cracked down mission.
I'm not excited for this next Call of Duty, honestly.
Yeah, not really, but I'm gonna tell you what. Over the weekend, I finished Modern Warfare 2019 campaign. They just added it to Game Pass. So I was like, I already had it on Steam, but I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna delete my Steam version. I'm gonna download it, from Xbox, and I'm gonna do the campaign because my friends, they wanted to play. So I was like, okay, like if I download it from Xbox, it's gonna be so much easier to play with my Xbox friends, right? Because they all got Xbox. So I downloaded the Xbox version. We play in the multiplayer. I actually posted on Twitter. We play some hardcore. It was fun. It was not fun to go back and play that multiplayer. But I finished up the campaign, and it made me realize, bro, how fucking dark Call of Duty was back in the day.
Oh, absolutely.
And how they miss all of that from the previous releases. So in this campaign, they have a mission with I think she's from Pakistan or something. One of the main characters that she's like an older character, but she's young, but like basically you play as her when she was a kid.
She's been in the franchise long.
Yeah. She's been in the franchise long. But you play as her when she was a kid, and there's an attack in her village, and you have to play as her, and you are trying to escape the bad guys. And it's very, very, very strong because in this scene, you play as her, and you see how they kill her dad in cold blood right in front of you, and you have to hide from the guy, and then you have to fight and find your way out, steal a gun, and survive with your brother. So I was like, okay, this was a hard play, not because it was bad or nothing. It was because like, damn, this is rough. Like you are watching kids literally run for their lives. Like this is like some like, like hardcore shit. And then you go back to playing Black Ops 7 and you play the campaign, it's all like tripping and like it feels like you are on acid or something. And it just like it goes to show that they need to go back to like the more grounded, more realistic, more like heavy hitting type shit that they used to do. And yeah, I do agree with you, but this gives me hope for Modern Warfare 4 to be somewhat decent. Somebody said, "What if on Twitter that was funny? What if Modern Warfare 4 is just Modern Warfare 3 but a little better?" You know, and I'm okay with that because I love Modern Warfare 3. I think Modern Warfare 3 was an amazing multiplayer, and I had tons of fun with it. And they could, learn from the past experience and also bring forward, a better game. I hope so. I mean, at least I have hopes, right? Like, I mean, Call of Duty hit rock bottom. It cannot get worse than this. So, my expectations are really low for that game. But I'm gonna be playing regardless because I mean my
And
friends
as
and I
bad as
always
Black
get
Ops
together,
7 was,
whatever.
let's not forget it was one of the highest selling CODs still.
Yeah, yeah.
But make no mistake, the 300 million that they lost in digital and physical sales, they more than made up for it in
Oh yeah,
microtransactions. You know they
yeah,
did. They
yeah,
don't really care about that sales. So my thing is with it being, removed from Game Pass,
hmm
it's literally just giving ponies ammunition to flood the gates of okay, so what other first party games are they going to now be removing or looking at removing from Game Pass to try and make Game Pass even cheaper still? And that's not the case. We don't know if they're going to be considering any others. So far, it's only Call of Duty, and we're just looking and seeing, hey, this is what they're doing.
yeah. Shout out to Weston MV. Shout out to him. He's saying to collaborate or something. I just tell DM me, send me a DM here, Twitter, whatever, Twitch, on Kick, whatever, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody here watching. I just enjoy these type of conversations. And I love Call of Duty, so I love fucking Call of Duty. So I'm looking forward to the next game. I will buy it. But I'm also skeptical. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. Obviously, it's not out, so I'm not blind to the fact that Call of Duty has declined tremendously. You know, I'm not black, but I do still enjoy it. I enjoy Black Ops 7 for what it was. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I put about 250, 300 hours. I still downloaded here and there and play, get a couple of matches in. I played the shit out of Endgame. The only one thing that I haven't played that much is zombies, but I did play at the very beginning. But the multiplayer, bro, I was rocking that shit until the other day. I just needed to take a break to play different games and shit because Call of Duty is very time consuming and Call of Duty is very hard on your emotional uh, levels, right? Call of Duty is a game that makes you rage, uh, either makes you rage or gives you a huge hit of dopamine.
Oh
So what I'm
yeah,
trying
absolutely.
so what I'm trying to say is like learn how to balance your gaming better. Because a lot of people complain about, oh, I don't like this game no more. No, bro, you played the hell out of that game. And Lycos, shout out to Lycos. He said that he had his money's worth out of marathon. That means he played quite a few hours, maybe about 100 hours. And that's fine. Sometimes 100 hours playing a game is enough for you to be okay, time to move on and play some other shit. You know, I come back when I come back. And I feel like some people marry certain games. Like I know people who only play Call of Duty. Like I'm done playing Call of Duty already for the whole year, pretty much. I'm probably gonna play this season a little bit to see, what's new or whatever. That's it until the next Call of Duty. But there's some people who play all year long, and not only Call of Duty, those with
I
like
mean,
any
look at
game.
me. I go back and play Magic the Gathering Arena so many times, so many
Yeah,
hours.
and that's what these players experience burnout, and I don't experience the burnout the way they experience burnout because I know when it's time to move on. When I had enough. Like if you keep pushing yourself just because you're competing or something like that, then the whole thing changes, dude. It becomes like your passion becomes your work, and when your passion becomes your work, it sucks. It's supposed to be something that you do for fun and not to have a obligation, right, to log in. So I I suggest you guys to like go ahead and give these games a break, play something else. That's why I love Game Pass. I could be playing my multiplayer games right now that I'm playing like on rotation is literally Apex Legends. It's the only game that I'm playing like multiplayer right now because of time. But eventually I deleted and download some other multiplayer game. But I do have other multiplayer games, but they're not PvP. They're PvE. So I'm playing the Division. They had a nice update yesterday. It's called Sakura or something. What is it like? Um the flower. What is the fucking flower called, bro? Hi. Whatever. They're
The
making everything
sakura
like
flower.
Japan. They're making everything like Japan.
Talk about the sakura flower.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're making the Sakura Blossom. They're
Yeah,
making
yeah.
everything like Japan. They have these like costumes like Japan and shit like that. So they're turning New York sort of like in like a, you know, like with snow, and they have the Sakura Blossom and all that. So I think that's cool. And I want to be checking it out. But like have always 3 or 4 games that you keep on rotation. That way that you don't get bored playing the same game always. And I think that's, part of your controlling your habits when it comes to gaming, being more healthy with it. Because if you play one game and only one game, you become toxic and then you stop enjoying it. And that's just the way I see it. Maybe not something like Gathering Arena because whatever, but I believe that all the games like Call of Duty, Apex, Halo, shit like that will get on your nerves. Um, Black Ops 45 saying Black Ops 7 multiplayer looks fun. I was watching a lot of streamers playing. I went to Halo tournament where Black Ops 7 was there too, and that was awesome watching both their live. Yeah, man, Black Ops 7 multiplayer is actually fun as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, we got Space Shot in the house going on, Papa. He's saying if you all think Sony or anyone will just keep up on making the next light surface hit, there's no way. Everyone will be trying to make what comes after Battle Royale. And yeah, some crazy shit. Yeah, shout out to Fetty Blaze 89. Shout out to you, homie. Long time no see, but yeah, Cherry Blossom Festival. That's right. And I can't wait to check it out later tonight, bro. That's gonna be fire. I also played over the weekend. I finished the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign. I finished Metro 2033, which you see here on screen. This actually, I think, the end of the game, if I'm not wrong, the last mission. It was amazing. Powerballs, I don't like horror games. I don't. But this one didn't feel that much like a horror game. It felt more like an adventure type game. You know,
That's all right. I'll get you playing Subnautica 2 co-op with me when it comes out.
Oh yeah, but Subnautica is not a horror game. I mean, you might be scared of the water or something, but I grew up in the Caribbean, bro. Like, there's nothing I haven't seen in real life. Sharks and all. I'm not afraid of that. But man, such an amazing game. And now Metro 2039 is being announced. I can't wait to see that one too. But tonight I'm thinking about starting Metro. I think what was the next one. Let me see, because I do have a download. It's called. God damn it! I didn't add a. What the fuck is called? The next one, Exodus. No? Let me see. Real quick. Damn. Okay. What the fuck?
I couldn't tell you. I've only ever played one Metro
No,
game.
Last Light.
I loved it.
Last Light.
Okay.
Last Light. Yeah, that's the next one. I'm gonna be playing that, starting that one tonight. And hopefully get to play some more games as well, the homies. But yeah, my plan is to play all the Metro games by before the time comes to play 2039. Okay, so 2033 down. Now we got Last Light coming up next. They're not that long. The 2033 was about 8 hours long, so short and sweet, perfect. And now this one is probably gonna be a little longer. And I think the last one, which is like the last one is Exodus. That one I think is like a little longer because it's semi-open world. So it might take a little longer to finish, maybe about 30, 40 hours. So once I'm done with those three, I'm good on Metro until the next one comes out. I do want to play it because I do love the Stalker games. These games remind me a lot of Stalker without the need to be managing your inventory or nothing like that. it's like a such a fucking Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 type game. And like it feels like perfect. Great adventure, lots of action. Yeah, amazing. I totally recommend it for you guys. Actually picked it up for free on Steam a long time ago. They had it for free
Oh,
there.
let's also not forget
Yeah,
we just got replaced.
yeah,
You
yes,
just got
sir.
Mouse
Replace
PI for Hire.
Mouse PI for hire. Yep.
Vampire Crawlers just launched, and that game is
Get it?
outstandingly fun for a roguelike. And it's card based, which is wild. Slay the Spire 2 just launched on Steam, and that's still
Popping.
taking
Yeah.
numbers, yeah. Uh,
We got
and
Hades 2 on Game Pass too
Hades
that I
2 just
haven't
came on Game
tried.
Pass. I've already gotten a couple runs through on that. I made it to the top and the bottom
Nice.
because if you didn't know, in Hades 2, you start in like the crossroads, and you can either go down towards the underworld to go after the boss, or you can actually go up to the overworld to Olympus to help the other gods.
Yeah, we also got for those people like you, Pablos, that love the turn-based games. And I seen this one I actually
The
told you
Thaumaturge, yeah.
the Thaumaturge. Yeah, go ahead and check it out, bro. I've been
I have
itching
it
to try it
downloaded.
out.
I've been playing too many other things. I haven't gotten onto it yet.
Yeah, yeah. We also got Final Fantasy 4 and 5 coming to Game Pass.
Yep.
I mean, 4 is already in Game Pass.
Yeah,
5,
4 just launched and 5 just got announced. Yeah.
exactly. So all the Final Fantasies OG are in there. It's amazing. No, do you know the fucking Tifa is coming to Street Fighter? I might just pick up Street
No.
Fighter because of Tifa is coming to the game. Yeah.
No, she's
Tifa
not.
from Final Fantasy is coming to Street Fighter. Yeah.
What in the world?
What in the world? I'm about to pick up Street Fighter.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't played Street
Let's
Fighters
check that
in
out.
Street Fighter 4, whatever, in the Xbox 360, but I'm about to go. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up just because I love Tifa. I think she's an amazing character. I love her. Yeah, and that's what's going on. We also got 2K26 dropped on Game Pass as well. There you go for the sports lovers. I mean, we got games to play, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We got Modern Warfare 2019 is on Game Pass as well. Multiplayer is fucking fire. They also had the co-op mode. You know what? Actually, I want to do the co-op mode, so I hit up my boys and do the co-op mode with them. I never played the co-op mode in that game, so I want to give it a shot and see what it's like. Maybe I like it. Who knows? But yeah, man, we got Space Shot here in the building saying there will be a new type of game we've never seen that seems to be infinitely unique every time we play, thanks to some usage of generative AI. Imagine worlds more alive than what Rockstar does now. Oh, that's insane. We'll see, man. We'll see. AI is going crazy, man. Like us 45 saying horror is my favorite genre. Then you're eating good because they added what is it? They added Resident Evil, Biohazard, Village. They have a bunch of fucking horror games on Game Pass as well. I don't know, bro. I wish I was a fan of horror games because they look incredible, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The last Resident Evil looked amazing. Requiem.
So, if anybody likes Clover Pit, they just launched the DLC Unholy Fusion, which is pretty fire, and that's just a simple slot machine game.
Yeah, Clover Pit. A lot of people were fucking with that game too. We got Faded Blaze in the house saying I got bored of my rotation, so I started playing Sea of Stars. Oof, is a fucking banger. Look, Powerball say here says Sea of Stars is absolutely an awesome game. Yeah, bro, I love Sea of Stars. I got so far into that game, but I reached the point that I was being fatigued about turn based that I wanted to mash buttons and shit. So I dropped it. But when I picked it up, I'm definitely finishing. I'm so close to finishing it too. I might be like a little bit over half of the game.
I think I'm in the end points of the game.
Yeah,
before they drop the DLC.
Yeah,
because they did drop a DLC for that game.
Absolutely, Faded Blaze, great choice. Jules approves. I also got my retro back, like Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon's amazing game. Yeah, and I have on deck, bro, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, that was also added to Game Pass recently. Only reason I haven't touched it is because I'm playing another RPG, Crimson Desert. Yeah. I know you're tired of hearing me saying that I love Crimson Desert, but I took a few days from Crimson Desert because I was playing the Call of Duty campaign. I was playing the Metro games. I was exploring my gaming a little bit. And I'm back after the update yesterday and I'm in love again. So, yeah, I will go back to play Crimson Desert this weekend for sure. I'm super overpowered. I just beat up this boss that fucked me up, killed me like 9 times, but I got over him. And I now got a new power installed in my sword, and he fucking rocks. It's making me fall all over in love with the game again. But yeah, I can't wait to play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth because I do love Like a Dragon, the first one. And bro, I can't wait to just fucking try because I know the game is dope. And did you hear about this other game by Sega? Well, what's it Sega? The fat dude that was doing the karate shit that we thought it was super cool that the show at the Xbox show or State of Play. Not sure. You remember that game, Power Boss? I can't remember the name, but I seen the news that the game has been canceled now. So extremely sad news. I don't know if I bookmarked it.
No, I haven't heard anything about that one.
Yeah, it's one of the games I would like from one of the shows. It got canceled. It was a fat dude that was doing karate and shit. It was going crazy. But man, so sad about that shit. I'll probably make a video or something about it. That's another thing that I have to do. I have to go back to making videos, bro. I've been slacking, but shit is about to get real for me. Okay, guys, bear with me. My schedule of work is getting insane now, which is a good thing because I do need to work and make more money. I have another kid on the way. My lady is pregnant as fuck, so she can barely move around. So I'm basically trying to help her out as much as I can. And it's just like, look, Web Dave, shout out to Web Dave, invited me to his show this Sunday, and I couldn't make it. I can't make it. I can't because you know, I have to like take care of my kid, especially during the weekends, because it's like I have to spend time with them, and you know, taking time away from them to make my, my lady, what you might call it, like struggle with my little one is just insane to me at this point. So I'm taking a break from making guest appearances at every the podcast and shit for now. But I'm gonna try to upload more videos. There's a lot of things that I've been wanting, but like I feel like when I make a video, I want to make a video that I want to make. I just don't want to make a video because some news came out. You feel me? I'm in this stage of my YouTube career that I don't want to make a video just because I want to put out content. I want to put out quality content, but quality content that you can feel my energy through it. That you are like, oh shit, Sibiu's about, Sibiu's demos into his back. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, doing the shit with he's actually caring about the content. That's what I'm trying to get. So I'm not trying to just make like cannon fodder. I'm just trying to make good quality content when I feel like this is the content that I want to make, not because some news came out. So at the end of the day, man, I'm just happy with what Xbox is doing right now. Feels like they changing things up. They needed to be changed. And I'm excited about the future. Asha, it doesn't give a fuck. I like her already. And I think she's being proactive. I think she's actually doing something. And I think she has a lot of ambition. And most importantly, she had the trust of Sadia Nadella, which is what she's allowed to make these moves like that, like Game Pass. Price down right now. You know what I mean? Like that felt good. I felt like, oh shit. Like she actually gives a shit, you know? So I'm kind of happy about
It's
this.
certainly looking that way for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a skeptical still. I'm gonna be always skeptical. Because you never know if she's setting us up to then like, boom, drop a bomb on us. You feel me? It always feels like that with Xbox, anyways. But I'm excited and mostly excited about the games because at the end of the day, it all comes down to the games. We're getting a bunch of games. Like, bro, this week alone, we're getting Saddles. We're getting like, we got Killing. We're getting a bunch of games added on Game Pass. Next month, we got Forza Horizon. Then we got the June showcase. Then we get maybe like E-Day and so on and so forth, Call of Duty, whatever. We always getting good content. I don't know if you know about these Power Balls, but next week there's gonna be a show or Is it a show? Yes, a show about Dawn of the Dawn Walker. You know,
Yeah, I heard about that.
yeah, that's gonna be next week. They're probably gonna drop the
Wednesday,
release
isn't
date.
it?
I think it's on Tuesday or something.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I'll have to look at the date again.
Yeah, and
I know a
as
bunch of people are looking for it, so I'll be able to catch it when it goes live.
before we wrap up, I wasn't excited about the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, but let me tell you something, bro. I don't know, man. That shit looking crazy, and I know I love the shit out of that game.
I recently went back to started playing Black Flag on my Xbox Series X, and uh, I was skeptical also for the recent remake. And I will say, aside from the changes to the combat that they're making, which don't seem to be too terrible,
No, they
um,
keeping shit the way it was, pretty much. That night they did not.
everything else looks pretty much the same. Other than that, I was
Yeah,
laughing watching the guy though, because if
yeah.
you look at the guy's expression, not the voice actor who voices the main character, but the actual guy from the studio who was
Mm-hmm.
talking about it and telling you all the features and things, he looks so terrified. And one of the first things that he that came out of his mouth was, "It is not becoming an RPG."
Yeah, no, it is not an RPG. I kind of like the RPG
But
type
they
shit.
got new things for the ships, being able to upgrade to newer things. The combat is looking pretty
Yeah,
fluid
looking
and smooth,
fresh. Yeah,
and running from rooftop to rooftop and going around corners on rooftops is looking really good.
yeah.
It really looks like they're putting some care and effort into it. So I might actually give it a try after I finish playing the original,
Yeah, I actually pick it up, but I'll probably pick it up later.
because I
Because I
still
mean,
have the original with all the DLC from when I got it originally on the release date.
yeah, bro, like that game was so good, and now but what I'm talking about is how it looks, the graphics, how well they updated them, and
Oh yeah, it
the
looks absolutely
animations too, and
phenomenal.
everything. Yeah, yeah, it's looking incredible, man. So yeah, I'm gonna pick it up, but I'll probably pick it up like maybe like 2 years later, and be like, okay, let me play
Oh, you
this
got
shit
too many
now.
games to play. Did
Yeah, I mean, shit. Like I have the Metro trilogy to play now.
they
I
announce a
have
release date for it, or did they just give an
they did
announcement?
they did the release day. Let me see. Yeah,
What was it, July something? July 6th?
something like that. Let me see, because I actually bookmarked it. If I'm not wrong.
I think it was like July 6th when it's set to release. Because I
Damn, I
think,
bookmarked some of the gameplay and shit, but I didn't bookmark the date. Don't
well, it
worry.
should be
So
at the end of the trailer
let
or
me
the end
see.
of the showing that they had.
No, because I think it was like some dude playing or something. No. This is not a trailer. This is just like some of the shots from
Gotcha.
the game. Yeah, and I don't know if you know
I'll
about
look.
this, but if you own Conan Exiles, they're getting a graphic upgrade
Oh,
as
nice.
well. So they are doing all the graphics in Unreal Engine 5. So the game might actually be dope. I don't know how well it's gonna perform, but
Time will tell.
it's
Time will tell.
definitely looking way better now, because that's one of the things that I didn't like about Conan Exiles. Like, oh, this game looked like it released like in 2006 or some shit. But now it looks incredible, man. Real Engine 5, regardless of how we feel about it, they have some amazing visuals, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
So that's
the
another
visuals
thing
come
I'm
at a price
picking up.
too.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's it, you guys. Thank you for coming in, hanging out with us, talking about games, having a good time. Shout out to all of you. Don't
Shout out
forget
to
to
everybody in the chat.
Yep, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And yeah, shout out to all of you. I mean, Faded Blaze, Lycos, Eternal D87, Jules, Riot Gaming, man,
Every
Faded
Friday we'll be right
Blaze.
here.
Yep, all of you guys, man, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through. And I see you on the next one. It's your boy, Demo Flow. Checking out.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Yeah.
Ra, yo chico boy, ra, hey.
Demo Flow Gaming.
Boom, boom.
I'm
Toma.
back. Ra, ra,
Toma.
ra.
Boom, boom, boom.
Dice, yo, chico in the house, papi.
Woo.
Dale. Yeah. Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over there. Yeah. Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Oh.
Ponies over here, ponies over there. Ponies over there. Ponies over there. Ponies over here, ponies over there. I smell caca, ponies everywhere. They don't play no games, only do their console sales. It's because ponies ain't got shit to tell. Ask about the best, but I haven't played. That's what I hear the ponies tell me every day. Ponies be so silly, but I had no pity. They dissed us for the decade, but now Xbox leady. Now they got no games, karma is so weird. You wish that on Xbox you even volunteer. Instead of play with Smith, filled with PC ports. Third-party games saying you're your pony love. Waiting for Forza that's almost 5 years old. Copying for remasters, damn that shit is cold. Do it for the plastic and all the pony blow. That's why Sony got you spending all your dough.